Howdy folks, welcome back to Let's Play Secret of Mana. I'm the Mysterious JG. We just killed a bunch of ghosts and wasted a bunch of magic. Not all that worked up about the boys' magic, but the girls' magic, it's not as easy to replace in the midst of these longer dungeons. So hopefully we don't come to regret this. But, you know, I think we'll be alright. Again, the boy, not really a problem. He can suck magic out of these enemies. Although when they've got the magic of yes, right, wall is the one that repels magic, so that was not a good time to be using that spell. It's a pretty obnoxious spell in this game, to tell you the truth, because magic is really good for killing some of these otherwise pretty obnoxious enemies. You just killed them both there. Good job, Blue.
Defeat the dragon to the left of the forest to pass this gate. Save your game?
Sure. So you guys a safe spot. That's nice. Not get. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of critical for a long dungeon like this, because you know you don't have save states when you're playing through this as a kiddo. Maybe it doesn't need to be sucking any more magic. Man, I'll tell you what, Avatar is a killer with that spear. But now that he's confused, let's help out with magic. Magic that does as much damage as one weapon strike would have done. So. Tell you what though, it's not taking us that long to get through all of these, I think there's like 3, maybe 4 boss fights in this dungeon. I spent more time wandering around looking for the weaponsmith guy than we have navigating this dungeon. Weak against Salamando. Well, he's a snow dragon. I probably should have realized it would be Salamando. Exploder is probably the one to do. See if I can chain it. Although again, with it at level 7, there's no point in chaining more than 2. Freezing the Avatar. I don't think that's going to avail you too much here, friend. Magic in this game is just too broken when you actually level it up. Yeah. What did I say about magic being broken? Yeah. Pause. So now this counts as defeating a boss, but that last one didn't? As far as like the music? Whatever. It's all good. Way to go! You defeated a boss and we decided to count as being a boss. And we got Bozor. Ooh, that's right, my boy, baby. Nothing over here. Why would I think there'd be something over here? Alright, let's ignore these guys. Bunch of punks. Punk ass bitches. Or bitch ass punks. You decide. Continue on. Shall I save your game? Nah. Oh, I wonder if we can go back. We can, okay. Oh, these guys. I think we might actually get, I think it might be like a rare drop for killing these Zombor guys. Oh man, he reflected the magic. I didn't notice him getting that buff applied. They're not dropping any freaking. I mean, I've been killing Griffin hands all day and not getting the drop from it. That's a lot of MPs. It pays to beat up Eggplant Men. Okay, I'm desperately trying to get out of this screen. Alright, maybe this is a dead end. We got a bunch of MPs out of it, so it worked out. Or there's probably just supposed to chop something with a sword to advance. Or this is the way to go. I'm not even, no, you can't be dealing with you ghosties. You're just not worth the effort. Ooh, that's creating some graphical glitching. Could you guys come up here for crying out loud? Well, it would definitely appear that this is a way that you have to advance if, let's see what your weakness is. 28,000 hit, or 2,800 hit points. Fears Undyne. Alright. I don't know that it's going to be that important to spam that much magic. 2,800? Yeah, it's like halfway defeated now with that hit. So what was this thing's name? Well, I'll use this fire bouquet. Let's not waste too much time. I was about to say it feels like cheap to kill it without any physical attacks, but yeah, you can hop up there where you're safe from my physical attacks. You're asking me to go back to magic attacks. Wish you would be your doom. But now this one again, it seems like we're going to get the "this was a boss" for reals music that we didn't get before. It's like just that giant snake boss doesn't count as a boss, and I'm wondering if it was a glitch that it was supposed to get the boss music. We definitely missed... Oh, does Nina now have full magic from... No, leveling up gives you your hit points, not your magic. I keep thinking that doesn't make sense and hoping it will change. But, what was I getting at here? I had some point I was going to make about the game, which I have now completely lost. Oh, I was going to say something about how, I mean, it would be at least possible I could go back and... Nope. Another dragon. So there's at least 4 bosses. I would say it could be possible for me to go back and try to find what I missed for leveling up the martial arts fist, but I'm going to guess that you are weak against Undyne and just get on with it here. Trying to explode me. Oh, I thought for a second it did 500 damage to me with Exploder. I was a little worried. Wrathwing. Stinky. Sounds stinky. So it looks like we're not going to replenish our MPs from this guy, but I think we are going to crush him before he can really get off more than 2 or 3 attacks. Yeah, Sprite can win the game by himself at this point. Come on, get out of here. We don't need the Avatar. We don't need Tina Medina. Bodaddy's got this on lock. Way to go! Got Gloves Orb. Well, okay, I guess. Maybe other Gloves Orbs will just start showing up all over the place. But I feel like we were already supposed to have Gloves Orb. The glove leveled up to about where everything else is leveled up. Not like I... Okay, now let's see if this guy starts out with the frickin' barrier up. Apparently he cast it as I entered the room because he was casting something. I thought maybe he starts out with it, but no, it just made it so he was already... Again, these little guys... They do drop a pretty awesome treasure, I guess, if we... But they're just not cooperating with us. Yeah, the drop rates are not very good. I mean, even if I can get them to drop treasure chests, it's the rare drop treasure chest, not the normal drop treasure chest that's going to give us an item. I think they're more likely to drop like chocolate or something. Alright, more murder ghosts. Bow's defense is down. Oh, you guys are holding me up. I was about to say it. What's going on with this, So yeah, this is the problem with Seiken and Densetsu 3. I kept being anxious to get to the next bit of plot, so I'd be trying to run through all the enemies, and I would... Ooh. Okay, Bo got in real trouble there. But luckily he's Bo, he can win the whole game by himself if he needs to. So he just sucked the magic that he needed out of the enemies. It's just that stupid mush boom who needs to be physically defeated, and we've done it now. I can choose to defeat this guy. Oh, never mind, he's destroyed by physical before I could suck the magic out of him. Bow's magic faded. He just... Oh, he does start out with Wall because he cast Defender on himself and reflected it onto Avatar. What is that sound? Is that the sound of the... Oh, it's the sound of these ghosties. Sure seemed like that was a path, but I guess not. Every time I think we're making progress. This is a big dungeon. Oh. Big dungeon we just hit the end of. Okay. What's your deal? Thunder Gigas. I would guess you're weak to Gnome. I guess Thunder and Earth are opposites in like Japanese RPGs. Yep. Wait for him to settle up into a... Hopefully I can get him locked up. Nope, can't lock him down. do remember this being one of the more, well, the earlier Gigas enemies being amongst the more annoying because of this movement pattern. There's more bosses than I thought there would be here. There's only 3 bosses in the final dungeon of the game, so I guess this has got the most bosses. Oh, I just started spamming it because I knew I was going to move. I forgot my own little warning that I keep giving you guys, that you need to make sure you don't waste too many shots, and he's got 999 damage. Or when you've already done enough damage, it'll be 999. Screwed up. We let the girl get killed. If there's any character you can't let get killed, it's Nina, Tina, Mina, whatever, because she's the one who can bring people back without using a couple wishes. So shame on me. This has got to be the last boss of all this stuff. We've already fought more bosses here than we're going to fight in the last dungeon of the game. Part of the problem is that just a shit ton of damage. Did 400 something damage to Nina there. Oh well, she's curing herself as this boss is defeated, and apparently it didn't count. I wonder if I lose the MPs and don't get the hit points because she cured during its death pose. Way to go! Got Sword's Orb. Swarb, as it is known. Another stretch of dungeon to go. I think that means another boss. It's gotta mean another boss, right? Because, surely you'd think that the last thing we'll do before the plot continues is a boss. Beat the dragon left to pass the gate. Okay. Alright. Well, we've used a couple wishes. Now it's like a pride thing. It's so rare that we need to use these items that I'll feel bad whenever we do, but... Alright, what's your deal, buddy? What magic we spamming? The dragons have been less dangerous than some of the other bosses around here. Fears no. So it's another gnome enemy. It's another thunder enemy, so I guess that makes sense. This does something to its attack speed. Oh, Earth Slide does more damage than Diamond Missile. I should have been using it all along. Oh, let's see, we had a pretty slow pace of advancement in the last video, but in this one we seem to really whip through this dungeon. Because I couldn't bring myself... I know we've missed a bunch of orbs for the martial arts fist, which I'm just having a hard time worrying about doing a perfect weapons run now that I know we messed all that up. I don't know how we go about fixing it now, so it's kind of like, eh. And we're using magic. I know it'll be primarily using magic probably to clear the bosses in the last dungeon too. Except for the very, very, very final boss, which is a bit of a gimmick battle, if I recall correctly. So, it is what it is. I think I'm realizing that it was the music from Secret of Mana that I liked more than anything else about the game as I replay it. We got Boomerang Sword. And the actual couch multiplayer in RPG is pretty rare and cool. I was always looking for games to play with Bobo when we were kids. Damn it, why couldn't you just let that enemy last a little bit longer? I think this might be it, though. I think once we get through this next gate, we could be well and truly done with non-plot stuff here. Yeah. The music has gotten all dramatic. Where are we? And how does this follow on from the gate we just passed through?
Look! It's a forest like what we've been in. The Mana Tree!
That doesn't seem that impressive from up here. Actually, it does seem really impressive. I know it's not the true beginning of the series, but to me this is like, anytime I saw the Mana Tree mentioned in other games, I got, oh man, that's moving ahead without me. It's like a dream. I think we missed Bodaddy dialogue too. Oh, can we really be here? But I was getting nostalgic from this scene.
Avatar! I've always dreamed of coming with you to a big tree. We've done it! I'm so glad I met you, and you too, Bo.
I'm so lucky I found such good help, baby. Even though he never managed to help me find the sprites, which was my story arc. So much has happened. Very little of it with us commenting on it and establishing characters. We never gave up hope. And we've just one more job to do. Ask the Mana Tree to revive the sword. You have to do one more job. They have to work as waiters at a restaurant with like 3 suitors. Then we can something the Mana Fortress. I gotta stop making these asides because the game is suddenly advancing the dialogue without me for the first time ever. Now see the power of the Mana Fortress. I assume based on the dialogue, that's what I. Help! Hey, you guys okay? Help! So Thanatos, kind of a jerk. Just use the Mana Fortress to wipe out the Mana Tree. I guess the Mana Fortress isn't powered by the Mana Tree then. Avatar. But there was a little tiny piece of dialogue there that just went missing. Where are we? This is no Mana Tree. It's a space station. There's no Mana Tree. What the... After all we've been through, it's Thanatos' doing. What's going to happen now? I guess the world's over. Avatar, it is I, the Mana Tree. The Mana Fortress is using up most of the world's mana. Soon all the beasts of will be transformed into one giant creature. The beasts of will? Okay. Only the great mana beast can bring back mana. But the beast has little control over its rage. If it were to attack the fortress, the world would be finished. Yeah, this is what those other characters were explaining to us, although I don't know how they knew about it. The only way to avoid this is to beat it using the Mana Sword. The sword can only be used by people of the tribe of Mana. Your father, the legendary knight Saren, should be standing here now. Oh, okay, well, at least we know who Saren is. So, okay, this makes sense. I'd forgotten about this detail of the story. But the guy who... Not that this is a game that does a whole ton with dialogue and character development and stuff. But the little bit that they do is this older knight who is guiding you and helping you along is the best friend of your dead father. That's... Okay, I can see how that would equate to dramatic storytelling. And now we know who his father is. Who's his mother? He was badly wounded 15 years ago by the Emperor, but vowed to stop him. On his way to a final showdown, he fell and never got up. That was in Potos. You mean the ghost I saw by the falls was my dad? I love his shocked pose. It's like not... It's the Chrono Trigger shocked pose, so these games did share the same development teams, I suppose. But it's like, that's a cute shocked pose for some plot events. For this one, it doesn't really fit. This seems like it should be a little more serious.
That was your father, that was your mother. No, that was your father, Saren. I was his wife. And am your mother. Emotional music. We are of the Mana tribe. In our tribe, normal-looking men fuck trees who then have babies. Sorry. That's what they're implying here. I think if you're familiar with the previous game, which I know only through watching a Let's Play of it years ago, the hero falls in love, and the girl he's in love with becomes the Mana Tree. She transforms into the Mana Tree via magic. It's not like she was a tree. So I'm sure something similar happened here. Either that or these characters are the characters from the first game. I don't know if that's the implication or not. I'm being totally honest here. I don't remember that earlier game. It was for the Game Boy. I guess it was called Final Fantasy Legend or something. Somebody was already correcting me in the comments earlier in the series. Yeah, it was a Game Boy game whose name was changed in the West, and I don't think in the West it was understood when these games were first being released that this is the sequel to something else. But and that's the other thing. When I was just diving into the Mana wiki the other night, Seiken and Densetsu 3, which I guess became Trials of Mana when it was re-released in the West within the last several years. The last Mana game by the original development team was a prequel to it, like using the same city locations, and some characters who appear as older characters in that game are young characters in that. And that was like a PS2 era game, I want to say. So now I'm like, no, it was Game Boy Advance. It was some portable system I don't have access to. It was a shame because I kind of felt like playing it, but I got on this like Secret of Mana kick the other day, thinking about whether I want to do any other Mana games going forward. The only other Mana game I remember playing, because I rented it, and it was a PS1 game, I think, was a really weird game that involved jewel people and these little puppy dog guys, and didn't really seem to have a story. So, Legend of Mana, I guess it was called. That was an odd one. I don't know if I have the patience to, because I remember playing it and being really disappointed by, like... Then again, this game, like, when you go back and play it, the gameplay mechanics can be frustrating, and I remembered, it's like the music and just the multiplayer aspect, because I went back and played Legend of Mana and Bobo wasn't around. And even if he was, it didn't emphasize the co-op. Like, I think going back, I'm realizing just how much co-op made a difference. Like, it was a fun game to be able to play with my little brother, as opposed to being this really strong RPG as on its own merits. Sounds like I'm pissing on the game. I'm not. Having a fun co-op RPG is not something that doesn't happen that often. I feel bad now. Like, me, Bobo, and Bean started. We got like maybe 1 or 2 videos recorded, and it just kind of fell off. We were going to play Final Fantasy Crystal Legends or some portable system. It didn't get anywhere with it, as a shame. I was always kind of looking for something that we could do, me, Bean, and Bobo together, but there's other things that they have to take care of with their free time. The women of our kind become the tree and the protectors of the world. We weren't trees when we had sex with that guy, JG, you creepy son of a bitch. The men wield the sword, and protect against evil. Women don't get to wield swords in our culture, and they only spoke when spoken to. We must stop the fortress. Mana is weak, and its shields are down. With my last energy, I will summon the power of the Seeds of Mana. Well, when you had energy before this guy attacked, why didn't you do something to help out then? Sword power at maximum. Which I think allows us to level up our magic one more time. I don't know that it's worth it. I leveled up the magic more in this playthrough than I've ever done it before, and I think it's good enough. Probably. Yeah, I might... You know what? There's a Rift Tracks I was planning to watch tonight. Maybe I will end up leveling up, but... Another part of me just wants to power through and finish this game and get started on something else, to be honest. I like this game. I'm having fun with it. I hope you guys are too. And I know I'm not going to grind the weapons up, because I came to realize eventually that grinding the weapons up takes longer and is more boring than grinding up the magic. That's not more boring, it just takes longer and there's less immediate advantage. Just leveling up the weapons by getting the orbs increases their attack power. I think all that leveling up your affinity with a weapon does is mean that you can press and hold A and, like, you've seen that thing charge up? Like, you can stand around even longer charging up for a super Dragon Ball Z style attack, which is going to miss half the time anyway. And if there's some, like, invisible mechanic where leveling up with a weapon actually does increase its damage, I don't care at this point. I guess it's a curiosity, it'd be interesting to know, but it's going to be about magic to beat most of the last dungeon. The bosses that you can't bypass are mostly beaten with magic. Everything else is easier to just run past. The last dungeon is a big, long dungeon with cool music, and they do a good job of building up the sense of epicness and stuff, but at the end of the day, it still functions the same. You run past the enemies you don't need to beat to get to the bosses that you beat with magic. Avatar, I'm sorry I haven't been much of a mother to you. You haven't been a mother at all! Oh, but he's got a little sad face sprite there. Mother, is that really you? And why am I facing away from you and shouting? Please. Please what? Are you asking if you can stay up late tonight? Is that what this is all about? Mother? Why won't you talk to me? She's dead. Oh. Mother! Oh. Avatar! Mother. I'm not your mother, my... This is nuts! It is kind of crazy. Snap out of it, she's asked us to do something, Daddy. Wow, that's actually a pretty cool character moment for Bo. Get your shit together. Nina doesn't have a mother. Oh, Bo's got a sad spread. Is this Bo pointing out that none of them have real families and that he shouldn't suddenly be all freaked out about this now? Because it is like, yeah, well, there'll be time to reflect later, but, you know, you hadn't had a family up to this point, so whatever. I don't know what point I'm trying to make here. He doesn't have a mother, neither do I. You don't get to have one either. My new quest is to eliminate all mothers. ... Sorry. Say you're sorry, Avatar. I'll be okay. At least it was Bo who slapped him. You would think that Nina would slap him, but they can push that whole, like, short-tempered female character in anime trope too far. She already looks like Bo. She doesn't have to act like Bo. I've got a lot to live up to, and we've got a big job ahead. If I'm going to be more important than the great hero Saren that we'd never heard of, except for 2 mentions before this, I've got a lot to live up to. Now you're talking, number 1, baby Ichibana. Yeah, I feel like I just met my mom too. I know she's in my heart. Wait, why doesn't she have a mom? She was mad at her dad. Her dad's the king, right? I don't even remember. That's the thing about the story in this game. It's like they just dump it all on you all at one time. And you've gone like many hours of gameplay since anybody's backstories last mattered. Alright, let's do it. Yeah, baby. And thus, we, I believe, can now go to the Mana Fortress and end the game. I think that's the whole point of coming here. But, of course, we'll have to visit the blacksmith guy and get our new Wappets. And have to consider leveling up our spirits, or just letting that go. Whatever we do as far as spirits and stuff, I would imagine that when we come back next time, I'll get the weapons off screen. If I level up spirits, I'll do it off screen. I might not bother to level up spirits at all. But when we come back next time, we will be going to the Mana Fortress. That douchebag Thanatos kidnapped Nina's boyfriend, killed Avatar's mother, and ran over Bo's dog, although the game doesn't really talk about that. It got cut from the American release. But in the original Japanese, Thanatos is driving around. He's like day drinking. He runs over Bo's dog. So everybody has a reason to go kick Thanatos' ass. I don't think that'll happen in the next video. The dungeon's going to take more than one video to clear. But we're well on our way, folks. See you guys next time. Out.